Hello everyone. Today is September 24th, 2021, and this morning I had a dream that I want to share. In my dream, someone it was just a citizen. I didn't see the person. I just heard their voice, and they were like either saying this or reading something, and it was like an appeal to the governor or whoever their local authority was, something like a governor, whoever was making decisions. And they were saying, please, Mr. Official, please reverse these lockdowns. And what was going on, they were like, they couldn't leave the house. They couldn't leave the house. I don't know, it seemed like something like maybe say 7 o'clock. Nobody could leave the house after 7 o'clock or something like that. But the lockdowns were very severe in so far as more than what we had ever seen in the United States. Because even before last year in 2020, when all this started, it was, I think the worst it got was you had to be in by 10 o'clock at night. Yep, that was 10 o'clock. So that's what started all the stores and restaurants and everything to closing early, so everybody could be home by 10 o'clock. And so that's the way it was. But this was worse. This was like they had to be home by sundown, and it was getting, it's like 7 o'clock just stands out to me. So it was very severe. Like they couldn't leave the house. It was bad. And whoever it was, they were like, it was too much for them. It was just too much. It wasn't just one person. It was like that voice was a voice for many voices anyway. So then the next scene, or really it was like kind of like I looked to my left and I saw a big gray old stone church. It's so old, like the edges of the bricks are black, but it was in good repair. It wasn't like it was an old broken down church, but it was just a very old building, and traditional looking. And what I saw was women standing on the ledge. Like, you see how that ledge is right there to that window? That's the kind of thing they were standing on to look in the windows. So it was like maybe like 3-4 women, and all along the side of the building where the windows were, those women were there. And I guess it was women on the other side too. And this was all women, and they were all white ladies too. So they were standing looking in the windows, one per window. And I knew that it was because of social distancing. They could not go in the building. They could only look through the window. And so there was like a skeleton crew inside, probably like 2 people, holding the service. And maybe one person, maybe 2 people, but a minimum. And the only thing that women on the outside could do was look through the window. And they were even spaced apart, like 10 feet, however far apart windows are. And I knew that this was the new social distancing. So I just wanted to share that. And I know a lot of people are having similar dreams. Like, oh man, Dana Coverstone's new dream, I think it was called The Specialist. And if you go and listen to it, which you probably maybe already have, I would say do not listen to that lady. Do not listen to that lady. That lady, I don't know whether she knows it or not. First of all, I don't like her. I don't like the looks of her, and that's just me being honest, talking from the heart. And I don't listen to one word that she has to say. She rubs me the wrong way. And I'm just going to leave it at that because it's just my personal thing. And, well, my discernment tells me don't listen to her. So I would suggest save yourself the trouble. Just listen to him. Tell his dream. And when he says these words, okay, Shireen, I'm going to turn it over to you and you can take it from there. Click off the video right then and there. That's exactly what I did. Now, I do have a friend. It's actually all of our friend, but I'm not going to mention her name. But she told me that she did listen to part of what that lady was saying, and it was terrible. She said the lady was really like watering down the dream, like taking a dream and watering down the meaning, which the dream doesn't even need any interpretation. It's a plain dream. His dream is not even symbolic. It's plain. So praise God for that. Praise God for Pastor Coverstone, and I pray that the Lord will release him from that. He's in the Assemblies of God church, but all these organized churches that are still trying to hold on to their 501c status and their relationship with the government and being in good graces with the Catholic Church and ecumenicalism, political correctness, and etc. They are all nothing but Catholic. They are nothing but daughters of the whore, which is the Catholic Church. Period, point blank. All right. So for those who might be good at grilling, I'm not. I've only burned things so far, and then the last time I tried it, the stuff was raw. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to learn, because y'all know we could be cooking over fire and coals very soon. Oh, and the other thing was, oh man, how could I have forgot that? The reason why the lockdowns had got like that, real severe like that, is because of what's going on right now and how the CDC has already commanded through their recommendations, which somehow have turned into international law. Lord help us. They have already sent down the edict that the vaccinated are to put back on their masks and the unvaccinated were never to have taken them off, right? So as you can see, ever since they relaxed everything, whenever they started doing that in May or June or whatever, nobody's been wearing their masks, basically. I know I haven't. So people are running around here. Nobody's asking anybody if they have a vaccine, which was the reason why the people who did take them off were supposed to be able to take them off. So that's what they were doing. They were blaming the fact that everybody was running around unmasked for the necessity to implement these new, harsher lockdowns. New, more, harsh is not the word they were using, but like more regulated and enforced. So this was straight up martial law. This has already been martial law because there's been no process of legislation for all of the things that are happening, and using the pretense and context of an emergency to override the normal processes, by which rules and regulations are put in place. So that by definition is martial law, which we have been under since this whole thing began. And really, this is just a continuation of the 9/11 takeover. So coronavirus is 9/11. Anyway, 10 minutes. Thank God. God bless.